Good evening, everybody. It's Natalie Healy speaking, and tonight I'm going to be talking through how we use the business cycle to build our team, and then focusing mainly on how to do a one-to-one, which is a great way of showcasing our business. So you can see the business cycle there in front of you, and this is all you need to learn to build a very substantial business. So whether you're looking to earn an extra £500 per month, an extra 1 to 3,000, or a six-figure income, this is all that you need to be able to learn effectively to be able to build a big team. And it starts off with your who do you know list. So everybody should have a list of people written down in their first steps to manager manual or on paper that they're working through. And you've got to work this list from top to bottom. It's also our Facebook friends. Most people have a Facebook account, so you've got an online written who do you know list. And we don't cherry pick people, we use this list simply to work through. Now, people on the list might be, we don't put them on there because we think they're interested in the business or the products. You've got to remember our business is simply based on referrals. So everybody knows lots of people. So we work through that list and ask them to look at the business opportunity. So it's always key to lead with the business. If they're not interested in the business, then who else do they know that might be looking for an extra income? We also show them our product range because everybody we know washes their hair, brushes their teeth, uses deodorant. So they're all potential customers. So it's really important that you get your list and you work it from top to bottom, not missing out people, because I can tell you from experience, it's the people that you least expect who will actually join your team. So if you haven't written your list, make sure you do. And we know if you've got 100 people on a list, you're going to build a substantial manager business. Now, 100 people is a very small amount of people now, because most people have well over 150 to 300 people on Facebook. So this list is getting bigger and bigger. It's really good to write a list in the UK and then a global list as well. So you can start thinking locally or whatever country you're in, and then around the world as well, your contacts there. And if you're part time in this business or wanting to build a business a little bit slower, so you haven't got a big goal to do it quickly right now, then you need to be contacting 2 to 5 people a day to get your business up and running. So that means taking 2 to 5 people from that list. If you want things quicker, then just speak to more people. So we say doing it full time, you're going to speak to a minimum of 10 people a day. And that means you're going to take them from the list and you're going to take them into the contact section. So you're either going to give them a call and invite them to have a little taste of the business. So you can see there in the show section, we can either do a one-to-one where we're going to sit down with that person, have a coffee, and show a little mini presentation of the business opportunity that's going to give them a taste and find out and help them find out if they want to see more. Or we're going to send them to our website, or we're going to use our 5-minute video of me explaining how the business works, which again gives people a little taste. Or from that list, you might be inviting them to a product launch or asking them to host a product launch for you. So if somebody has been to one of those, then they've had a taste of Forever. So you would then take them directly to the next step, which is the business presentation. Now, the business presentation, it could be online. So we've got recorded business presentations that you can send out to people. It could be that you take them to your local business presentation, which is always my first choice because they see the reality. They see the amount of different people from different professions, different age groups, different ethnic backgrounds. So going to a business presentation is always my first choice if it's possible. But if it means waiting for ages for them to be able to come along, then I will do an online presentation or send them the recorded one. And then the next step is the action. It's the getting started, doing a plan for that person to get them up and running. And all you do is you take people round and round this business cycle. The quicker you take them, the bigger your business is going to grow. And we know if we're talking to 20 people at one time, we'll get between 2 and 3 people dropping into your business each month. So you need to be talking to lots of people, taking them off that who do you know list and taking them around the cycle. Now, on average, it takes 6 to 8 weeks to get people round that cycle. However, I have to say, with our online trainings, our online technology, this is getting quicker and quicker. And people can go round this cycle literally within one day if we work it quickly. So, we've got to set the pace and show people how to do this, which is what I'm going to help you with now. So let's say we're going to take someone off the list and we're going to give them a phone call. You might be thinking, well, what am I going to say? We always need to think of that person and what it is that they do, why they might be interested, so what their hot button is, and write out your script for that phone call beforehand so you can think of your objective. For instance, if someone has a successful business or business experience, you might use a business call. So you might phone up your friend and say, hey, Matt, I know you have great business experience. I've started my own business and I'd really value your opinion on what I'm doing. Could you meet me for 30 minutes so I can just share some information? Because you might know people that are interested, or you might be interested yourself. You might then use the referral approach. This is often great to use if you're new and you're not quite sure what to say. It's also great to use if you don't really know that person that well and you're not quite sure what their hot button might be. So you'd simply give them a call and say, hi Sarah, it's Nat speaking. Hope I've caught you at a good time. Just got a quick question for you. I've started a new business. I'm really, really excited about it. And my business is based on referrals. I'd really value it if you could spare me just 30 minutes where we can have a coffee and I can show you what I'm doing, because you might be able to help me by referring somebody that you know. And if you think about it, most businesses are based on referrals. So that's a really nice approach to use. It might be straight away that you know that person's hot button. So your friend might be on maternity leave, not wanting to go back to work. So you'd simply give her a call and say, hey, Kate, I know you're on maternity and desperate to be able to stay at home with George. So if I could show you how I could possibly help you do that, would you be able to spare me 30 minutes of your time for a coffee? So straight away, you're using that person's hot button to meet up with them and share some information. It might be that someone's just been made redundant, so you're going to give them a quick call and say, hi, John, I know you've been made redundant and, it's pretty hard finding a job right now. I've got something that might be right up your street. Can you spare 30 minutes where I can share some information and you can see if it is for you? This business is so, so simple. So just keep it simple and then it's so easy to do. And all you're going to do in a one-to-one is simply share some information. So you're not presenting to them. It's nothing formal. It's literally just a little chat with some pictures to keep you on track. I'm going to show you how to do a one-to-one in a second. But beforehand, the other way we might be using it is with our Facebook account. So lots of people, when they get started, you can use Facebook really effectively to build your business. When you're new or coming up to Christmas, wherever you are in the business, you can do the odd status each day. So really just doing 1 or 2 business orientated statuses a day, and then your normal thing. It's really important that you do 20% business and 80% normal life. Otherwise, people will switch off to you. But make sure you're not being negative on Facebook. You've got to be positive all the time. And you've got to think, people, would they want to join me? Am I looking an attractive person? Someone that can help someone else build a business? Because at the end of the day, that's what you're saying, join me. So a great status to put, we've got Christmas coming up. So you might simply put, hey, I'm really excited. Business is absolutely booming. Can you refer just one person that would like to earn an extra £500 a month in time for Christmas? Inbox me for details. Now, when that person inboxes you, you're then going to send them my 5-minute video. But first, if you don't know that person, it's really important to get into a bit of Facebook chat with them. So you're simply going to say, when someone sends you a message saying, hey, I want to know more, you're just going to say, well, hey, Georgia, tell me, what are you doing at the moment? So if you can find out if they're working, if they're at home, so you can just gauge what it is they might be looking for. And you don't have to, say anything about the business at this point. Just have a little bit of chat. If you know them from the past, talk about that. And then you're simply going to say, look, the easiest thing for me to do is to send you a little 5-minute video. This is Natalie who's helping me, because I'm helping all of you build your business. So simply say, this is Natalie who's helping me build my business. Watch this and then get back to me with what you find exciting. Not what do you think, just get back to me with what you find exciting. And then send them the link of my 5-minute video. And then when they get back to you, they're going to say, well, I'm excited about maybe earning a retail income, or, well, I'm looking for the team building income. Whatever they say, you're going to say, well, the next step is I need to give you some more information. So you could either take them to the business presentation, or you could send them the recording of the online business presentation. So I would do that if it means them waiting a week to come to the business presentation. If it's in the next couple of days, then it makes sense to take them. Or it might be that we've got an online one coming up, or it might be that you can do an online presentation yourself, or you can meet that person. It all depends at what stage you are and how confident you are. So you might be thinking, where am I going to find this information? So let me just show you quickly now. If you go to Facebook and you go to Nat's 6-month group, or it will be in your own team group as well if you're not in this one, go to the files. Now my internet is very, very slow here. If you go to the files, you've got the guide to using the online BP. And if you open that up, it shows you exactly how to use our online business presentation. And then we've also got at the bottom the link to the 5-minute video. And you've also got the link to the business presentation as well. So that's the recorded business presentation that has got myself and Tina Gillies and Craig Gillies on. So you can send that to them in step 2. You've also got in the files, on the essential training videos, you can find all the links here as well. So make sure you're clear and you're using these files, because there's all sorts of information there that's key for helping you and your team members getting their businesses up and running. So down here somewhere, you've got the link to the 5-minute video from myself. So make sure you're sharing that with your team and using it effectively, and making sure you're following up as well. I've even written here what you actually say in that message. So the easiest thing to do, this is Natalie who's working directly with me. She's lots of experience and explains it in a nutshell. Please let me know which part you find most exciting, and let's speak in 10 minutes time. So all the information is there. You've just got to be accessing it. If you are accessing Facebook from an iPhone or iPad, then you need to make sure you're clicking on the view pinned posts and the little arrows that you'll see at the top of the groups. So if you're not sure, then just speak to your upline manager or a team member so that you are seeing all the information that we've got there for you. So if I just go back now to our business cycle, so we've got our who do you know list. We're going to contact them and use our 5-minute video, or we're going to meet up with that person for a one-to-one. Now, meeting up with someone is brilliant if you've got lots of time. If you're working full time, then, using the 5-minute video is key. But also doing one-to-ones is really personal, and you get a real good idea of that person. You can build up a great rapport. So doing one-to-ones is something key for me because it is a people to people business, and you've got to learn how to do a good one-to-one, and you only learn how to do it by doing loads of them. So, I wasn't good when I started, but over 7 years I've done it so many times that I can get very good results doing a one-to-one. So you're going to find your one-to-one presentation. You need to download it from QLS Online. So you click on the UK distributors. If you're not registered on here, you need to make sure you register by putting your upline manager's name in, and then you'll be sent a registration. And then you can see here you've got the one-to-one links. And you go on here and you can download one. So it's brilliant to download one, print it out, and have it in a folder. If you've got an iPad or even an iPhone, then download it and keep it into your iBooks. If you've got a laptop, then download it so you've got a copy on your laptop as well. So if I'm going to do a one-to-one with someone, so I've had a conversation with them and I've just said, hey, let's meet up for a coffee. Let's spend 30 minutes where I can share some information with you. I will never meet that person at their house. You've always got to do it either at your own home or in a coffee shop or a pub or somewhere that you can meet. Because if you go to their house, they're in control of the situation. The TV might be on, they might want to go empty the washing machine, whatever it might be, and you just want their attention for 30 minutes. So make sure before you call someone, you think where would be an ideal place to meet them, because that's what your objective is beforehand, because you've decided that's the best approach for that person. So if I'm going to meet them in a coffee shop, I will arrange the date. And I will then give them a call the night before and say, hey, Sarah, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 11 in Costa, because I want to make sure she's remembered. And I'll also send her a text in the morning saying, looking forward to seeing you at whatever time we'd arranged. Because believe it or not, sometimes people forget about it because we're always more excited than they are, because we haven't told them much about our business yet. So you can't expect them to be as excited as us. So I'll always check that they're coming, and then I'll always make sure if I'm meeting them somewhere, I get there 10 minutes early so I can pick where we're going to sit. And when they get there, I'm all set up and ready, and then I can get them a coffee, because obviously that's my job because they're coming to see me. So make sure you get that person a coffee or whatever it is, and then sit down and just put them at ease, because if it's someone you don't know, they might be feeling a little bit nervous. If it's someone that you do know, then you just want to have a quick catch up with them. What you need to take with you is some distributor forms, an international directory, which you get from the literature list. And this is brilliant because they might have friends in different countries, and you can turn to that and see where the head office is and get all the up-to-date information for them there and then. And it looks so impressive as well because you can see all of the property that the company own. A product brochure, a Forever magazine. So I always have the latest Forever magazine with me, and I also buy extra ones each month so that when someone's come for a one-to-one, I can give them one to take away, because the testimonials in there are absolutely brilliant and inspirational. And you can always see our team in them as well. So I'll also always point out in the top 20 who's in our team and point out any stories. So make sure you're doing that so they've got something to take away, and also a business card. Now, depending on the person I'm meeting will depend on how I'm going to do the one-to-one, i.e. whether it's a printed version in a folder, using my iPad, or using a laptop, because you don't have to have an iPad or a laptop to do this business. So I don't want to be showing people all this technology but them not having it themselves and thinking, well, I can't do this business because I haven't got that equipment. So think about who you're talking to and present the business appropriately. And again, if you're listening in and you haven't got an iPad, it doesn't matter. It's only the last 12 months I've been using one. The rest of the time I've done the whole thing with a folder. So make sure, you've just got it all printed out yourself as well. Now I'm going to show you at the same time how we would do this presentation online. It's exactly the same. So let's say I was not meeting in a coffee shop, but doing it online after work because I didn't have time to go out, so I was saving time, or the person I was talking to lived miles away from me, so it wasn't appropriate to meet up. I would log on to QLS Online. I would tell that person the time that we're going to speak, and I would either give them a call on the phone, or I would connect to them on FaceTime, or connect to them on Skype, which I'd just bring up on my computer, because it's always great if they can see you. I'd then go on to QLS Online and click Online One-to-One. And you can see at the start here, it tells you where your prospect needs to go. So they need to go to www.foreveronline.biz, and I click Start Presentation. And I'll say to that person, you need to enter a passcode because it tells me on my screen exactly what to do. So they'll put the passcode in when they get to the web page, and then I can control the pages from my computer. They've got a little arrow in the top left-hand corner of their screen. So when I've done each page, I'll say, just click on your arrow so you can see what I see. So I change the pages from mine and they just have to click on the arrow to follow me. So it's so simple to do. So however I'm doing the one-to-one, this is how it goes. Now you've got to remember, a one-to-one is simply a conversation, not a presentation. Our key is to share some key information about the business to get them to the next step, which is the business presentation, which goes into far more detail, where they'll then be able to make an informed decision about whether this business is for them or not. So what I'll do to begin with is just settle them into conversation. If I know them, I'll chat about what I know about them. If I don't know them, I'll say something about the weather, typically British, and just have a little chat to put them at ease. Then I will get out my presentation if I'm doing it in person, or if I'm online, I'll simply say I'm just going to talk you through some slides which are going to keep me on track, to help you understand what it is that we do. You're either going to see something in it for you or you're not. And that's a real key phrase. So I hope you're writing that down. You're either going to see something in it for you or you're not. And that just shows we're not here to sell it to anyone. It's their choice. We're never convincing anyone to do anything. We're simply sharing some information. First page is easy. Have you ever heard of Forever Living? Most people are going to say no, because most people haven't heard of us. So I'll just say, well, that's normal, because if we stop 20 people on the street, only one of them might have heard of us, because we don't advertise at all as a company. It's all done by word of mouth. And it is a company where ordinary people achieve extraordinary results. And then what I want to do is find out a little bit about them. And this is the most important page, because we need to understand why this business could work for them. And they're going to tell us on this page. And then all the way through the presentation, we're just going to remind them about how it works for them. I really recommend you read a book called Alan Pease, which is spelt Pease. So Alan Pease, Questions Are the Answers, because reading that book totally changed the way I talk to people. And you've got to learn to ask loads of questions. You've got to learn to listen more than you speak, because people love speaking about themselves. And it's key to build a good business that you're a great listener. So I would say to this person, I can remember being shown this business and being told, if I had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you be doing? What are your hopes and dreams and ambitions? What are you prepared to work for? And it is really key to ask lots of questions because most people haven't been asked these things before. And some people will go off straight away telling you everything that they want, and other people will struggle. So it is up to us to ask questions about, well, what would you do if you had an extra £1,000 a month? What would you do if you never had to work because you had all the money that you needed? What would you be doing with your children? Where would you be going? And start building up a picture of their future, painting a picture that Forever could deliver. And then you're just going to show them the whole way through. So let's say this person, I don't know, they've had children, and what they want to do is they just want to be able to stay at home with their kids so that they can take them to school, pick them up from school, but still have a great life. We're going to remind them of that the whole way through. Or it might be that they simply just need a new car and they haven't got the funds to do it. So we're going to show them how, by working alongside with us, they could have that new car. It might be that someone has always wanted their own business, but they didn't have the funding to set a business up. So we're then simply going to show them how, working with Forever, you can have your own business with amazing support without any financial sacrifices. So really spend some time on this page learning about the person so that you can then replay it to them through the presentation. So the next page is just about Forever as a company. And you're simply going to say what's on the slide. Forever's been in the UK since 1978. Forever as the company was founded in 1978, so it's been going for 35 years now. We've been in the UK for 20 years. Now, my brain tends to work in pictures, so I look at the pictures on the screen and I tell the story about the pictures. You don't want to just read what's word for word because, they can do that as well. So I'll say, the company's owned by Rex Morn. He was a self-made billionaire when he started. And what he's done since he's developed Forever is we've got a turnover of over $2.6 billion, and we're successfully trading in over 150 countries around the world. Now, Rex's background was in real estate. So what he's done is whatever country he goes to, he'll buy a head office for cash. So you can see there Southport Ranch from the TV program Dallas. That's our amazing head office in the UK in Warwick, where we've got trainings running locally. It's our product centre. We can book a room there for our own business meetings. Then you can see our worldwide head office in Phoenix, Arizona, and then our head office in Cape Town. So they're all really amazing buildings, and we have $1.5 billion worth of assets around the world. So what that means to you is Forever's always going to be here. It's never going to disappear because it's got so much financial security. We're award-winning members of the Direct Selling Association. And do you recognise that symbol there? And I'll point to the Investors in People. Now, most people have heard of it, but a lot still haven't. So I'll just say, that's a government-led training scheme. And we're gold members, but we've also been put up to champions. Now, all that means to you is you don't need to have any experience whatsoever because we're going to be here to hold your hand every step of the way. We've got a turnover in the UK of over 40 million. And in fact, in the last 2 years, we've grown 20%. So it's such an ideal time to be working in this industry right now. It's really exciting. All the time when I'm doing a one-to-one, I'll be nodding at them and they'll be nodding with you, and you're getting their agreement as you go through. The next page just talks about the company sales history. So you can see for yourself, we only ever go up. No matter what's going on in the world, whether there's recession, whatever is happening in any country, we've only ever grown. And there's a lot of companies that would like to have a sales history like that. The reason we've had continuous growth over the past 35 years is because the product range is amazing. You know, we wouldn't be running without a fantastic product range experiencing this growth. It's a global marketplace. You know, the internet is making the world smaller and smaller. So you can have customers all over the world. You can share the business all over the world. And the business model has been the same for 35 years. You simply just copy the person in front of you. And you can all say you're copying Natalie, who's number 2 in the UK. So it doesn't get any better than that because I copy Jane directly. So all of our training comes direct from the top. And it's always key to make this clear to people, to make it personal, and, you know, absolutely to say that you know me and I'm working with you as well. So here I'm just going to simply say, you know, have you heard of aloe vera? Now, most people have heard of aloe vera now. There's a few that haven't. And I'll just say, you know, it's nothing new. It's been around for centuries. In fact, Gandhi and Cleopatra used it. And what it is it's a tonic. It helps with the immune system. It's a great cleanser. It's great for your skin. It's brilliant for joints. And it's great for digestion as well. So, what makes our aloe different? Well, it's grown organically. We don't use herbicides or pesticides, and we only use the inner gel of the leaf. So forever hand harvest every leaf. They cut that gel out, and then we add some fruit acids to it, which stabilize it. So there's no heat treatment or anything that happens to our aloe. So it's as fresh as if it's come straight from the leaf. We've patented our stabilization process so no one else can copy it. Whereas if you're buying this from the high street or anywhere else, they tend to have heated it up so it kills the nutrients, like heating up your vegetables. Or they'll take the whole leaf and liquidize it so your end product is deteriorated because the outer leaf isn't in it. Or they'll have had to add some chemicals to it to stop it from going off. Whereas we're as pure as if it's come direct from the leaf. Then I'll simply say, did you know you could drink aloe vera? And I'll look at the 4 drinks and think of the 4 things that aloe helps, plus the overall energy and immune system. So for me, I look at the drinks and the 4 things are: it helps the skin, it helps joints, it helps respiratory complaints, and it helps digestive complaints. So I'll explain this to the person and ask them if they know anyone that suffers from these conditions. So as we're talking through, we're starting to build their business as we go. And everybody knows someone with those conditions. And then I'll say, you know, it's also great for boosting the immune system and just for putting a bit of a spring in your step. We've got loads of accreditations showing the purity of our products. So the aloe certificate, the halal, the kosher, the Islamic rating, so they're fine to use in all faiths. We don't test on animals. But the most important thing to me and for you, if you're looking to do this, is we've got a 60-day money back guarantee. So you can say to friends and family, look, try it. And if it doesn't work, you're going to get your money back. So it feels really safe when you're recommending these products to people when you haven't been familiar with them for too long. And we wouldn't still be in business if these products didn't work. I'll always have with me either a putt box if it's somewhere easy to get to, whereas if I'm having to walk somewhere for a while, then I'll just have a jelly and a propolis cream in my handbag. So when we get to the superior products, I'll say, you know, there's a whole product range. It's like a buffet table. You're just going to take the bits off that interest you. We've got our amazing health drinks. They're worth, you know, nearly 50% of our turnover. But then we've always also got our problem solvers. And I'll take out the jelly and propolis and let them try them. I'll say, you know, this is my first aid cabinet. The jelly is used for anything on me and my children that hurts. Cuts, bites, burns, stings. I'll swallow a bit and show them how it helps a sore throat. Then I'll show them the propolis cream and get them to put it in their hands into their hands, so they feel how it absorbs, and say how it's great as a hand cream, foot cream, baby bum cream, eczema and psoriasis. And then I'll say in our daily care products, before I came to meet you today, I got up and I washed my hair with shampoo, I used conditioner, I used soap, I used my deodorant, I brushed my teeth, I put my skincare on, I put my makeup on, and everything I used I buy from myself, because we do all of those products. So you're not going to be recommending products that you don't use every day. And then I'll pick the different sections that might interest that person and go into more detail. So we've got skincare, supplements. The weight management is a huge part of our business. Who do you know that wants to lose weight? All of these products you can use on animals. We've got a great home care range, cosmetics, and the sports industry is just absolutely flying at the moment. And all of these products just use 100% inner gel leaf as the first ingredient. Now, we distribute our products different to the normal distribution network. If you were to have a shop, you'd have a massive investment. You got to buy stock, you got to pay staff, you got to work long hours. Now, if I'm talking to someone who maybe owns a beauty salon or owns their own business with premises, I will refer it to them. You know how much it costs to have a shop, etc. So make sure you change it depending who you're talking to, because they will understand what overheads are like if they're in business themselves. Whereas team marketing, it's a low investment. In fact, you just got to start using some products. We don't carry stock, we just get it as and when we need it. It's totally flexible to go around you working full time if they do, or to go around you looking after your children, or whatever the commitments are. So always make it personal. And the training and support is absolutely fantastic. You've got the company trainings, and we do loads of trainings online and in person. And all we do is recommend products to others. So just like if you've seen a movie, you'll recommend that movie to your friends, or if you've read a good book. That's how we distribute our products. So, why team marketing? What are the benefits? Well, it's all done through personal recommendation. It's people that you trust. Everybody can work from home, and there's a high income potential, and it's totally flexible. We all deal direct from Forever. We buy our products direct from Forever, and Forever pay out the bonuses. And you can do it anywhere around the world. You can also develop a royalty income for the future by helping people develop their own independent businesses. So, a little bit like a pop star, make your music and get paid a royalty forever. We've got lots of other goodies on offer, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more as we go through, like Chairman's Bonus, international travel, the Earned Car program, and the personal development is absolutely amazing. Now, particularly if I'm talking to a mum, for instance, who hasn't worked for a while, I will then say, when I started, I was very unconfident. And I have found the training and support has been absolutely fantastic. So, again, make it personal to that person. Anybody can do it, doesn't matter on your age, your background, your education. And you can build up a willable business, which gives long term security to your family. It's a very simple system. It's quick to learn, simple to use, and easy to teach. We start off just by developing 20 regular customers. Do you think you could get 8 to 10 people round one evening, and I'd come along and talk about the products for you and get you some customers in place? All you've simply got to do is get the people there. Then, do you think out of everybody you can think of someone else like you not looking to go back to work, or someone else who's been made redundant? Because what we look for are just 5 key people, and we're then going to multiply your time, and we're going to coach those people to do the same by developing just a handful of customers and finding 5 key people too if they want to develop a business. Some people may just want to recommend the products. It's so simple, it works, and anyone can do it. Now, retailing the products. Retailing the products, we buy our products direct from Forever. So we buy at the wholesale price and we sell at the retail price. So typically you can earn £150 to £300 per month. And I'd refer that back to the reason why what they're looking for. So could you see how that £300 a month could help you get that car you're looking for? Could you see how that £300 per month would help you pay for the extra luxuries at home to enable you to stay at home with the kids? How we're going to do that is by developing 20 customers is the example we use. 20 customers, the average customer spend is £25 per month. So your turnover is going to be £500. The company will pay you 35% when you start, and it goes up to 48%. So there, with 20 customers, spending £25 a month, you're going to be earning £175 up to £240 per month. And obviously, the more customers you've got, the more you're going to earn. If you want to go on and develop a team, you're going to be paid between £500 and £2,000 per month. And it starts with you. Do you think you could think of just 2 people looking for some extra money right now? So 2 mums looking to stay at home, 2 people that have been made redundant, or 2 people that hate what they do, looking for a career change, 2 people that simply just need some extra money coming into the household to pay the mortgage. Out of everybody you know, you will, and they'll be nodding by this stage. And do you think those 2 people that join you might be able to think of 2 people as well? So then you get 4, and then we're going to help those 4 to get 2, so you've got 8. We're going to help those 8 to get 2, so you've got 16. Before long, you've got 30 people in your team. We're going to show them all to look after those 20 customers, spending an average of £25 each a month. So your business turns over that 500 from 30 people is £15,000 a month. So your business is turning over £15,000 worth of product with no overheads, and you're going to be paid an average of 8% from Forever for helping and teaching these people, which is about £1,200 per month. Would that enable you to not have to go back to work? And I'm always getting their agreement the whole way through. Now, if you want a little bit more, we go on to a royalty income. And we're going to get people to the stage where they've got their own business, their own team of people, and they don't really need your help and support anymore. So they can do it on their own. So let's say in time you find 3. Who find 3? Who find 3? Who find 3? Before long, you've now got 120 people in your team. We've taught them all how to look after their 20 customers each to turn over £500. So as a team, you're now turning over £60,000 a month. The company are going to pay you an average of 5% as a royalty income. This is also willable to your children of about £3,000 per month. So typically this royalty income could be between £2,000 and £20,000 a month. On top of that, you're going to get your team building of £1,200 per month. And I would switch back to the slide before. So these are all the people that you're still teaching, whereas the royalty income is the people that you've taught. They've set up their own independent businesses now. The work's been done, and you're going to be paid a royalty income on it. Now, I know this works because I'm achieving over 10,000 a month from this now. And you can all say, you know that works because Natalie's doing it, as well as lots of others in the team like Tina Gillies, Juliana Woods, Debbie Nwangra, Claire Spencer. So Ange Lochran. So make sure you know these people and you can share their stories with them. And let's say we're just going to work a little bit harder. And in time, we're going to develop a few more people. And this is where the numbers just get silly. And I always do this page really, really quickly. So let's say in time you find 5, you find 5, you find 5, you find 5. You've got 780 people in your team, all looking after their 20 customers to turn over 500 a month. Your business is now looking after thousands of customers with 390,000 turnover a month. and the company will pay you an average of 5%, which is £19,500 per month. That's just incredible, isn't it? And I'll get my finger and I'll cross out the 19,500 and say, but can you imagine if you're only earning 10,000? Or could you imagine if you're only earning 5,000? You know, this is totally achievable because there's lots of people that have done it. And obviously now I'll say including me. However, I couldn't say that when I started years ago. So I'd talk about Jane or other people. We've also got lots of incentives on offer. So, chairman's bonus, the company share 3% of the worldwide turnover into a pot, and you can qualify to have a portion of it. How you qualify is helping other people become successful. So, you can see we had over 600,000 in the UK last year. There's John and Jane. They're teaching us directly. We're privileged to be in their team. They've got the biggest team in the UK, and you can see their profit share check was over 500,000. And there you can see Natalie, so you can see me. My check was over 9,000, which is just paid to put my kids into private school for a year. So again, use these stories, make it real, because we're working directly with them. So you're going to say, and she's helping us set up our business. There's also a car plan program. So you can earn an extra 6,300 a year in cash. You can do what you like with it. But a lot of people get a car, so we call it the car program. Do you like holidays? Because we've got some amazing global travel. Every year we have 2 trips. It could be anywhere around the world. So last year it was Hawaii. We also went to Sardinia. Next year, as you know, it's London. So we're going to talk about, it's great for the other 150 countries coming to be put up in 5-star hotels in London. And then we've also got Lake Tahoe. So you qualify to go, like everything, by helping other people. And you're going to get 5-star holidays and spending money when you get there. Point out Tina here. There's a picture of Tina Gillis with Rex. So you can say that's Tina, who's working directly with us, with the owner of our company. On this next page now, it's all about the help and support. So you're going to say, you know, when I started, I didn't know anything about this business. I had no knowledge of aloe vera, no medical beauty knowledge, never run my own business, but everyone is here to help you. The training and support is fantastic. In fact, we're part of the biggest growing team in the UK. So my team is growing faster than any other. So make sure you say that to people, because they want to be part of something great. So that's down to our training and support. You can do it at home on Facebook. You can do it anywhere around the world. And we also do little group meetings as well. We've got fantastic marketing tools put together by head office, which are seasonal with Christmas or whatever coming up. And then we do local, national and international trainings that we just simply plug people into. And we've got access to professional literature. On hand to support us, we've got Dawn Parker, who's beauty, nutrition, weight management. So if you're interested in those areas, it's fantastic to go on her trainings. We've got David Urch, who's a vet. So again, if you're into animals, then brilliant to go on his trainings. And then we've got Dr. Peter Atherton, who's the world's leader in aloe from a medical background. Now, we're actually in his team too. So you need to learn this story. So my mum, Jan Whitaker, was at a dinner party with Peter Atherton, and mum had irritable bowel syndrome. So Peter said to mum, you need to start drinking aloe. So that's how mum started as a customer, and then she joined his team. So what that means is we get direct access to the doctor. So he comes and does trainings just for our group, and we can get questions answered there and then about the products. So we really are supported by the best, from being director John and Jane, the only diamond managers in the UK, me, number 2 at the moment, and also Dr. Peter Atherton. So you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. Now, at this point, it sounds too good to be true. And the reality is, you've got to put some time and effort in. It's not going to happen overnight. You've got to learn and develop some new skills, and you've got to be prepared to change and be part of the fastest growing team in the UK. Now, this bit you need to learn off by heart. So make sure, again, you're writing it down word for word, and this is the close you need to do. So, from what you've seen so far, and with more information to come, can you see anything in it for yourself? Yes, no, or maybe, and feel quite happy saying no. I'll say that again. So, from what you've seen so far, and with more information to come, can you see anything in it for yourself? Yes, no, or maybe, and feel perfectly happy saying no. Now, in reality, you'll say, so from what you've seen so far, can you see anything in it for yourselves? And they'll tend to say yes before you finish the rest of the sentence. Now, what you simply say is, well, the next step is you need to come along to a business open evening. So are you free on Wednesday night or whatever your local business presentation is to come along and get some more information so you can make an informed decision whether this is for you or not. If they say maybe, you're going to say, well, the next step is, are you free to come along to the business presentation where you're going to get all of your questions answered so you can make an informed decision for yourself? If they say no, you're going to say, thank you very much for your honesty. Don't walk past the products. You said that would be good for X, Y, Z. So please have a try of the products, or maybe you'd be kind enough to have a product evening for me. And could I ask you to just think of one person that would like to earn an extra £1,000 per month right now? So you're going to get a referral from them and hopefully a product evening or some product sales. I hope that has been informative for you. What you should do is practice with your teams doing a presentation. My kids could do a presentation themselves because all I did was practice on the kids. So they're a great little audience for you. The more you do, the more effective you're going to get. Have a go at doing one online. Really, really simple to do. Very time saving. So people that are working full time, it's a great time saving tool as well. And just have a little bit of fun. And the best advice I can give you is it is a conversation, not a presentation. Right, so that's it for now. Get on with the other recordings that you'll find in the essential training videos. There's so many trainings there at your fingertips. And go on and build your business. Good night, everybody.